Ville de pierre blanche, ville héros. Il est impossible de trouver une personne qui n'a jamais entendu de Sébastopol. Cette ville est un phénomène unique de la culture et de l'histoire mondiale. Sébastopol a été créé comme la base de la flotte de la mer Noire. Et maintenant, c'est l'avant-poste de ses frontières navales sud. Sébastopol a survécu à 2 guerres mondiales, à 2 sièges. Il a 2 fois détruit au sol et 2 fois ravivé des ruines. Sébastopol est toujours associé avec le courage, les exploits héroïques, la gloire et les événements historiques importants. Il y en a peu de villes où on peut sentir si clairement la présence du passé. Les ruines de Chersonèse sont toujours disponibles à visiter. Ou en outre de Sébastopol, on peut faire une promenade sur les rues antiques et visiter les musées anciens sur le ciel ouvert.
La première chose que l'écrivain associe à Sébastopol est le monument au navire coulé. C'est le symbole de la ville. Sa silhouette est reproduite dans l'emblème de la ville. Il a été créé à la mémoire des voiliers russes coulés dans la baie pour bloquer le passage des navires ennemis. Sébastopol était la base principale de la flotte de la mer Noire. Sa protection était une tâche nécessaire. Situé sur la quai principal de la ville, il attire toujours l'attention des touristes. C'est une carte de visite de la ville. Le monument est un rocher artificiel surmonté d'un carcère avec un aigle à 2 têtes. L'aigle tient une couronne avec l'encre et laurier. Mais ce qui est le plus intéressant, ce monument a survécu à fort tremblement de terre et même à une explosion de mines. Sébastopol est une ville étonnante au bord de la mer, avec une histoire ancienne préservée dans ses villes et ses murs. Visitez notre ville, admirez sa beauté et ressentez son atmosphère. Plongez dans la mer et faites la promenade le long du quai.
Nous aimons Sébastopol, nous aimons la Russie
et nous vous attendons. Soyez la bienvenue.
L'Udmurtie est la région possédant le plus d'eau en Russie. C'est pour ça qu'elle s'appelle la terre de sources. Il y a beaucoup de rivières, ruisseaux et sources ici. La région miraculeuse se trouve à Prikamier, occupant la superficie de 4261 km². Les gens plus roux, plus gais et plus positifs, dont il y a 1 500 955 personnes vivent ici. Artisanat et armes formidables. Production industrielle et belle musique. Tels sont les contrastes de notre République. Cependant, il vaut mieux voir une fois qu'entendre 100 fois. Venez chez nous.
Je suis tellement contente que nous soyons enfin arrivés dans la ville de Syktyvkar.
Oui, c'est une très belle ville et il fait si beau aujourd'hui.
Oh là là, regarde, mais qu'est-ce que c'est?
Probablement c'est un monument à la machine à laver.
Mais pourquoi ces 2 cercles étranges sont-ils au-dessus?
Peut-être c'est le soleil?
Bonjour, ressemble au soleil, hein?
Oui, pourquoi pas?
Vous êtes qui?
Moi, je suis la 18e lettre de l'alphabet commis et ce monument m'est dédié. Il a été installé il y a 9 ans à l'occasion de la journée de la Russie.
C'est excitant. Et combien de lettres y a-t-il dans votre alphabet?
35.
Et pourquoi vous avez érigé le monument?
Parce qu'aucune autre langue n'a une telle lettre comme moi.
Et comment devrions-nous vous prononcer correctement?
Vous savez, je ressemble un peu au son français E. Par exemple, la fenêtre en commis sera Eshi et l'arc-en-ciel sera Eshkameshka.
Comme c'est intéressant. Christine, il faut que nous apprenions la langue commis.
Ça, c'est sûr. Pouvons-nous prendre une photo avec vous?
Mais bien sûr, quand aurez-vous encore une telle chance? Allez-y.
St. Petersburg is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It attracts visitors from various countries. In 2019 alone, more than 10 million people visited the destination. St. Petersburg is a stunning European city with a beautiful atmosphere, breathtaking drawbridges and magical white nights. St. Petersburg boasts lots of world-famous museums, theaters, galleries, educational and cultural institutions. In recent years, St. Petersburg has hosted lots of international events, helping to boost tourism and create attractions. Hotel Docklands is the first hotel with a view in St. Petersburg. Its extraordinary location on the seafront of the Neva River and specific concept make it such an attractive place for tourists and citizens. Up to 180 business-class apartments are at guest disposal for any occasions such as family, holidays, romantic weekends or business trips. Docklands is a 4-star apart hotel, and it welcomes tourists for long accommodations or short stay.
We provide our guests with all the necessary services such as breakfast, concierge services, luggage storage, cleaning, dry cleaning and parking. Our reception is 24 hours ready to welcome new guests and gives them shining and broad smiles. Thank you.
Here is our main treasure, this magnificent view, and what sunsets have we here, wish you could see it.
Dear guests, you are welcome to St. Petersburg, the second largest city in Russia, the former capital of the country during 3 centuries. The entire city center was included by UNESCO in its World Heritage List because there are so many beautiful buildings here. My name is Tatiana Filimonova. I have been working as professional tour guide here with English, Russian and Chinese visitors for a long time. This is my native city and I really love it. It is so much to see here. Let me introduce you to 7 sites. Number 1, Palace Square, the main square of the city. Peteron's old fortress, the first building of the city and the burial place of Romanov royal family. Hermitage Museum, the largest museum in Russia. It houses over 3 million exhibits, and if you would like to see them all, you need at least 9 years. River Neva, the main river of the city. We call St. Petersburg Venice of the North, thanks to its romantic atmosphere, 65 rivers and canals and 42 islands. Monument to Peter the Great, Russian emperor, who founded St. Petersburg in 1703 and named it in honor of St. Peter. And don't forget about splendid countryside residences. Peterhof with its 150 fountains, we call it Russian Versailles, and Catherine's Palace in Zars village, where you can admire with a gorgeous amber room. There are over 200 museums in cultural capital of Russia in St. Petersburg. And this is Magic City. If you visit it once, you always will dream to come back here. And St. Petersburg is waiting for you.
Hello everyone! Unfortunately, due to the difficult situation associated with the coronavirus pandemic, we can show you the beautiful city of Sochi only through photos.
But we hope and believe that the situation will end soon and each of you will be able to visit the attractions that we describe in our video.
Happy viewing! Salut les amis! My name is Lisa and I would like to talk about the place which is famous all over the world, about Olympic Park. There were Olympic Games in 2014. If you come to Sochi, you should explore all Olympic venues, because they are not only of great historical value, but also a place where millions of tourists come every year.
Hello, Pranda! My name is Alina and I will tell you about Ordzhonikidze Sanatorium.
Why should you visit this place? Firstly, because it's a very beautiful place. Secondly, this is a place where not only tourists and local people like walking, but also lovers of amazing photos.
Hello friends, my name is Anne and I would like to tell you about Sochi Seaport.
We are arriving at the terminal station of our mini journey, the seaport of Sochi. Sochi Seaport is one of the main attractions of Sochi and one of the main symbols of the city. Walking around the port of Sochi, you can watch the beautiful Black Sea coast and unusual sunsets and sunrises. Local people are proud of it and tourists like to visit it.
Sochi wartet auf dich.
Come to us. À bientôt. Au revoir.
Adygea is included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. The territory of the Republic is a region of mixed tourism. It is rich in interesting natural areas and objects. The Caucasian State Biosphere Reserve located in the Republic of Adygea and Krasnodar Krai. The National Park Горная Адыгея, a number of unique natural sites.
Хазовский Gorge, a canyon of the Bela River, begins in the vicinity of Maykop. Near the canyon there are waterfalls of the Rufabka stream, in the mountain village of the Guzeripal, on the territory of the Caucasian Nature Reserve. You can find one of the most famous diamonds. They can also be found on Bogatyrskaya Glade.
There are sites of ancient men, remains of fortresses, alpine gardens, and sources of mineral water, Nazan, which in Caucasian men's drink of the gods' nuts. Adygea is a great place to practice active tourism.
Academician Ivan Petrovich Pavlov is a brilliant zoologist, a classic of natural sciences, an honorary member of 100 academician and scientific societies, an honorary doctor of the University of Cambridge, the first Russian Nobel laureate in 1904, an elder of the zoologists of the world. For more than 60 years, Ivan Petrovich Pavlov has been developing all the science of jubilant life. That is what he called zoology. Outstanding discoveries in the zoology of blood circulation, digestion and higher nervous activity are associated with the name of academician Ivan Petrovich. In the very center of Troazan, on Pavlov Street, there is a cozy house. Here the childhood and youth of Ivan Petrovich passed. This house, which became a museum in 1936, is surprisingly inhabited, breathing of the life of people who have long gone into oblivion.
I want to tell you about the picturesque village of Warsaw. Its name comes from the river on the right bank on which it is located. My homeland is surrounded by vast fields and thick forests. The geographical location of the village has always influenced it favorably, as it is located not far from Moscow, and it stands on the federal highway M7. Warshaw's history dates back in the 13th century. The old legend says that the foundation of the village is connected with the name of Alexander Nevsky. Some centuries later, Peter I decided to move the relics of the prince from Vladimir to St. Petersburg. When the ark reached the bridge across the river Warsaw, the crossing collapsed, so people thought it was a holy sign and built the church there. The population of the village is 1,500 people. These people remember and know the history of the village and respect its traditions. The Christmas carols, the Shrovetide, the birthday of the village are combined with such important dates for my villagers as the 21st of November, 9th of May. On these days we remember the victims of wars. The village lives and develops. We have a kindergarten, a school, a hospital. The young people spend their free time in the sports sections of the local sports club and in the clubs of the House of Culture with Pleasure. There are large factories in Warsaw. There are Volgabas, Ferrera, agricultural company Nevsky, which provide Vladimir region with their famous goods. These companies also provide local people with working places. If you want to see the beauty and magnificence of Russian land with your own eyes, come to our village. We are always glad to see guests.
Sochi is a source of endless energy, sunny mood and desire to move forward. Sochi has become a standard that keeps up to date and accommodates the best places for recreation and development. Every corner of the city has become a real attraction and pride for everyone living in the sunniest region of Russia. There are many notable sites in Sochi. Dendraris Park is the most famous park in Sochi. It's a living museum of subtropical vegetation from different continents. The small but elegant building of the sea station. There are expansive parties, open caves, and every minute someone takes a photo for Instagram. The Olympic Park is the venue of 2014 Olympics and a huge walking area with sports complexes and entertainment. Also in the park is the Formula 1 track, where the Russian stage of the world race is held annually. Our city is our life, our soul. Our soul is our Sochi.
In our story about Sevastopol, it is inappropriately to say we will tell you about our native city. Even those who have never been here know Sevastopol. Who doesn't know the main square of Sevastopol? It was renamed several times, and only recently it was assigned to the well-known name Nakhimov. On June 14, 1783, under the leadership of Rear Admiral Foma Fomich Mackenzie, the first 4 stone buildings were laid here, and now the City Day is celebrated on this day. The square of the city, with its surrounding territories, is 77,000 hectares. This is only half of the area of Moscow. However, it has more stairs than the capital. Only 82 stairs replace streets and alleys. The longest is the staircase of the St. George's Monastery. At the end of the 19th century, the new Sevastopol prison was the pride of the city. It had its own church, hospital, schools, and etc. Prisoners could even choose their own cellmates. The Romantic writer Alexander Green spent 2 years of his agitation here. Sevastopol is home to the highest lighthouse in the Crimea and in the territory of post-Soviet countries, the Eastern Sash Lighthouse in Inkerman. The height of the fire above sea level is 186 meters.
I'm sure that not everyone knew that a real gold rush broke out in Sevastopol in 2002. There was a rumor that precious metal were found here. People with shovels dug the ground in the forests, children stuffed their pockets with stones. Geologists had to explain for a long time that this all is a lie. But what if something still remained here? I won't give up.
Unfortunately, we can't tell you about all the interesting places in Sevastopol. Therefore, we invite you in our wonderful city. See you soon!
Skopje was founded more than 400 years ago on the bank of the Verde River. The town was given its name after the bird Skopa. The legends say that this bird lived in these places in the ancient time. Skopje is situated in the southwestern part of Ryazan region. It borders on Lipetsk region, the Highland district, Bronze district and others. Its total area is about 5,000 square kilometers. Skopje is a fast-growing town. Its population is about 26,000 people.
Modern Skopje is a town of plants and factories, modern buildings, green streets, beautiful parks and gardens. Skopje is
There is a lot to see. In the center of the town there is a square and some monuments. On one side of the square there is the Palace of Culture. On the other side there is a post office, a big modern building and a large shop. The main streets are Lenin Street and Karl Marx Street. In Lenin Street there are many shops, museums and a stadium. In the center of the town, this is a library and a hotel, a restaurant, some banks, and a market. Many years ago, there were 11 beautiful churches in Skopje. After the October Revolution, they were destroyed. Now they are rebuilt anew. Skopje is a town of students. There are 6 schools, a technical college, a medical college, an art school, 2 musical schools, and a sports school in the town. We are proud of our town. Our people are very kind and talented. They are rich in songs and folklore. The songs may be merry and sad and tell a lot about the Russian character. I like my town. There is no place like Skopje. It is beautiful at any time of the year.
Hello everyone, right now we in the city on the 7th in reality. Why does it have this name? The flow is with streets which have different directions, so they can easily get the city. Now let's get to know the city a bit closer.
Ulyanovsk is located on the banks of the mighty and great river. Thus, both of the parts of the city are connected by the bridges, imperial and presidential. By the way, until 2012, Presidential Bridge was the longest bridge in Russia. Now it ranks 5th in the list. Ulyanovsk is also famous for its nature. Magnificent river Volga, the longest river in Russia. Picturesque valleys with a big amount of nice flowers. Lush forests. Just look at these spectacular views.
This amazing building is Ulyanovsk Regional Museum of the local lore named after Ivan Alexandrovich Goncharov. It was founded in 1895 and from that time it carefully keeps the history and culture of Ulyanovsk. There are a lot of interesting exhibitions here. Most of them are dedicated to Ivan Alexandrovich Goncharov, his family and his friends. Ivan Alexandrovich Goncharov was born in Ulyanovsk and became the author of the well-known novels The Cliff and Oblomov. Are you tired? Let's have some rest on the Oblomov sofa, the symbol of the eponymous book written by Goncharov. Next to it there is another symbol of the book, the slippers. The sofa and the slippers are the favorite objects of the main character of the novel, Oblomov, who was a quite lazy person.
I'm proud of my city and believe it's worth visiting to all those who are interested in Russian culture and history.
Have you ever heard of Bogdarny Agricultural Tourist Resort? If you haven't, we'll tell you about it. The name comes from Russian Ogdar, which means the gift of God. Bogdarny is situated near the picturesque village of Krutovo, Petushki district, Vladimir region, on the banks of the river Klyath. The area is a mix of magnificent countryside with ancient forests, open meadows, flowing rivers, and clean lakes. Here you have an opportunity to escape all the stresses of the city and find harmony with nature. Hiking, riding, drinking, fishing, swimming, mushroom and berry hunting, bowling, and other activities are available.
Bogdarny is owned by John Kapiski. This British man with a smiling face came to Russia for a 3-day business trip in 1991. He felt that he could start a new life and new business here. John left his successful career in London and came to live in Russia. Here he met his wife Nina, and now they manage this wonderful tourist resort together.
The owners have a collection of Russian breed horses. There are over 75 horses, of which 30 are available for rent. The highly qualified trainers provide the lessons for riders of any level.
In summer, the tent camp Evas opens its door for teenagers from June to August. Teenagers go swimming, boating, hiking, and do plenty more activities.
We can't forget about farm products which are produced in an environmentally clean region remote from any industrial production. Milk, sour cream, yogurt, different kinds of cheese, kefir, meat, and even organic honey is produced here.
Любуюсь тобой, ярко залитый солнцем, за гладью озер золотые поля. И в первых словах навсегда остается земля, где я вырос, Россия моя. И космоса даль, и простор океана нас манят загадочной силой своей, но ждет нас Россия.
Я люблю Россию. 我爱俄罗斯. J'aime la Russie.
Я люблю Россию. Я люблю Россию.